welcome to the booth. My name is DeeJay, and I will be joining you for a cast of Arsenal versus Newcastle back in the Premier League. I know I tweeted about it yesterday. Just a busy weekend. Wasn't able to get to any of the games on Saturday and Sunday, but fortunately, it's sort of a double game week in the Premier League as there were a ton of postponed games earlier this season, both due to COVID and some scheduling in the case of the Manchester teams. You can see that issue cropping back up here with NBC. Give me 1 second. I do have the fix for that. But about 5 minutes away from game time here, excuse me. I'll be getting through the lineup in just a second. Just want to get the actual stream up and running here. I do apologize if you were missing me on the weekend. I know we had a big Liverpool versus Man U game that, sort of disappointingly ended 0-0, but I was always watching that game with my roommate. So, alrighty. Looks like I do have the stream up, so should be good there. So let's go through the lineups. So we look at the home side. Arsenal here today. Bernd Leno in goal. Cedric Soares going to make a start at right back. Rob Holding, David Luiz in the center. Kieran Tierney back out on the left. Thomas Partey back from injury to make a substitute appearance in their last match out. Will be partnered with Granit Xhaka in the double pivot at the base of midfield. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Emile Smith-Rowe, Bukayo Saka going to make up the attacking trio across the front with Alexandre Lacazette leading the line. They do have Aubameyang listed on the right at the moment. That typically doesn't happen. He's usually coming in off the left, but has been struggling this year, has Aubameyang, to find the back of the net. So maybe an adjustment that is being made here by Mikel Arteta. For the likes of Newcastle, Karl Darlow maintains his spot in goal despite the return of his fellow goalkeeper, the goalkeeper of last season. Has a very strong performance in the last match out for Newcastle. So he will... Oh, sorry. Yo, Young Bolus, what's up? Karl Darlow has maintained his place in goal today. Jamal Lewis, Ciaran Clark, Jamal Lascelles back from injury, and Emil Kraft going to be the back four for Newcastle. Joelinton, Jonjo Shelvey, Matthew Longstaff, and Miguel Almiron going to make up the midfield quartet with Callum Wilson and Andy Carroll leading the line. And actually, 1 second here. I need to do something. The match just about to get started here, and I do need to make a lineup adjustment to my fantasy team because Alex St. Maximin is not playing and Jonjo Shelvey is. Oh, and it's too late. Looks like I cannot make that change. That sucks. The game hasn't even started yet. Come on. It's 1:59 and it blocked me. Oh, well. Nothing I can do about it. It's already over. Well, tell Enzo I say hello back. We have gone through the Newcastle lineup. A strong one selected here today. A rare appearance for Andy Carroll, who was re-signed last season. So we'll see how Newcastle do set up here. It is that 4-4-2 that they started the season with. No Alan St. Maximin, though, so it will be Joelinton playing that role out on the left-hand side here as the teams are out just about to get started. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say 2-0 Arsenal today. 2-0 Arsenal. Coming off a 0-0 draw, but of course have had a very, very good month. Later half of the month of December and early part of January for Arsenal, getting off the caution, climbing back up the table from their lowest points, I believe at 15th or so, now back up to 11th. Players taking a knee here as the whistle has been blown. And now about to get started will be Lacazette. He will lay it back to Rob Holding, and we're underway. Rob Holding going to look long to the near touchline. That scoreboard needs to go down half inch there. That one will escape everybody. Roll out a play on the near touchline for a throw-in. So it'll be Kraft here, making one of his few starts of the season. I believe only his second. Normally a couple of other options preferred to him, including the likes of Fabian Scher, who's not been selected today. It's Newcastle battle for possession in midfield, but lose out to Granit Xhaka. Saka gets it to Lacazette, who swings one out towards the overlapping Cedric Suarez here. He gets a cross away. That one nodded off by Ciaran Clark. Joelinton comes back to help out, and Newcastle have played it out now. Moving forward with some spaces, Wilson, he lays one out to the right-hand side for Almiron, but almost underhits that pass. Almiron actually arrives before Tierney. Now clips one into the box towards Carroll, but well overhit is that cross from Almiron. Easy catch to start this one off for Bernd Leno. He'll be happy to get the feeling of the ball on his gloves early on in this one. There's David Luiz. Tierney. David Luiz. Back to Leno. Now it's Holding, taking his time here. Suarez into Smith Rowe, who's dropping deep to try to get on top of the ball. He'll have to jog back up the pitch into his position. You can see Newcastle looks like they're going to be happy defending in banks here. That 4-4-2, notorious shape for defensively minded sides that want to put crosses into the box. That's exactly what Andy Carroll's in there for. That's why you see Almiron out here on the right. On the left-hand side, Joelinton. They can either cut back or even swing crosses, and Almiron is not really two-footed, but a little bit better at it than Joelinton probably is. Good defending here by Newcastle's one possession back from Arsenal. Now it's Almiron on the near side. He'll cut it back. Lays one back to Shelvey. Shelvey with a nice pass into the feet of Joelinton. He's pressured early by Partey, who forces him back to Lewis. Shelvey. Shelvey was very influential for Newcastle at the start of the season, but an injury and then a bit of a change in shape has meant he hasn't had that many appearances as of late for Newcastle. They give it away here on the near side. Arsenal reclaiming possession. Aubameyang slings this one back to Bernd Leno. But we do know the quality that Shelvey does have, can conjure up a good pass in behind from pretty much anywhere on the pitch. Has been a valuable asset to Newcastle for quite a long time. As we can see Suarez here dragged back by Joelinton. Easy foul call there for David Coote. You can see the jersey being yanked there by Joelinton. Pretty obvious even from the far camera angle that we have here. Arsenal will get it started with a short pass. It's Xhaka. He'll lay it back to David Luiz. Holding. Smith Rowe closed down quickly by Lewis. He'll win a throw-in off of Jamal Lewis. There is that man, Andy Carroll, selected here today. The front duo has been Joelinton and Callum Wilson for quite some time now for Newcastle, which has gotten them some decent results. In particular, Callum Wilson has been excellent for them this season. A very astute signing from Bournemouth, who went down at the end of last season. Him alongside Ryan Fraser, remaining teammates here on Tyneside. So that Granit Xhaka knocks this one off of John Joe Shelvey. It'll be an Arsenal throw. So a rare appearance here for Carroll, and he'll need to make the most of it. The team has been set up to favor him. That 4-4-2 with crossing midfielders will allow him to get several chomps at the bit here today for some sort of aerial duel or chance in the air to nod in a goal, as he usually does. Here's Tierney. Xhaka. Tierney. Back to David Luiz. He'll swing one over to Rob Holding. Partey. Smith Rowe comes back to pass that to Holding. Partey now. Passing it around the back are Arsenal again. 10 shirts for Newcastle behind the ball at the moment, trying to make things difficult for the Gunners. Tierney, not a lot of space there as Almiron closing him down quickly. Does come back off of Almiron for an Arsenal throw. I think we can sort of get a microcosm of what this game will look like for Arsenal. There are all 10 shirts, all 10 Newcastle players sat inside their half at the moment. See those two banks of 4 defenders with the 2 strikers working back and forth here to cut off the simple passing angles out to the likes of Granit Xhaka. You can see him here with it now. And this will be the challenge for Arsenal, to find a route through these 10 Newcastle players. And that's a good start. There's a nice entry ball into Saka's rolled back, but it looks like he's come from an offside position. Unfortunate there is Saka. But those are the kind of balls that Arsenal will need to look for to try to break down this defense. In between the lines, finding half spaces, able to turn and get running at the defense there, the last back 4. Mikel Arteta here, giving some early instructions. Not exactly sure who he's looking at with those. Potentially could be Saka, as he was the one offsides, as Andy Carroll goes up to win the initial header. But Partey is there to collect the second ball. Good clearance out towards Aubameyang. His touch just a little too long for Lacazette. It's taken away. Shelvey. Almiron. Ooh, that's a poor cross there from Kraft. Coming up that right-hand side again. Kraft, not a normal starter here for Newcastle. A big opportunity for him, and not the start he wanted to have to the match. That is a very wayward effort there. So here's Leno to get things restarted. Out to the right-hand side. Comes right back to him. Good composure here from Arsenal. Xhaka's pass will connect, and they've played out extremely well. Now there's some room to work here as Xhaka picks out Aubameyang, but no, the pass a little bit too short, and that allows Kraft to nip in, take that one away. Newcastle coming the other way. It's Kraft again. Getting a cross away. It's a little bit better, but I think that one deflected. And Arsenal now have it through Aubameyang, who has some room to run here. Only has 1 shirt in support. It's Lacazette, but he's still driving. He's inside the Newcastle box looking for a striking angle. Finally finds one, but it's too tight, and that's an easy catch for Carl Darlow. This is pretty decent play here by Aubameyang. He finds himself in a ton of space, but just not any options. You can see it's only Lacazette. Saka's coming in late at the back post, but it's going to be really hard for Aubameyang to find him there with all of the striped shirts in the way of the pass. So just tries to find a shooting angle for himself, does Aubameyang, and in the end, the angle is too tight. Decently defended by Newcastle. In the end, a pretty difficult opportunity there presented for Aubameyang. Now battle for possession in Arsenal's own half is won by Newcastle. Andy Carroll holding off Rob Holdingwell. Then leaves his pass for Almiron a little bit short. It allows Holding to put a challenge in. And Almiron has stayed down in a heap. Newcastle players are complaining, but I think Holding believes it was a flop. So remonstrating at Almiron to get up. And yeah, I mean, it looks to be a very good challenge there from Holding. Does slide in, but gets all of the ball. The ball bounces off Almiron, and then the follow-through might clip him a little bit, but I don't think you can say that's anything but a decent challenge from Holding. I'm not sure what the end result was. Looks like it was just a throw-in for Arsenal. I think that is the right call. So here is Holding. Slid over to David Luiz. Xhaka. Aubameyang. Aubameyang stripped here by Almiron. Oh, tries to run it by Kieran Tierney, but sorry, that's Xhaka actually, but he makes an excellent challenge. Takes the ball away from the on-rushing Almiron. It would have been very dangerous had Almiron been able to get by Xhaka there. Partey. Saka. Xhaka. Good ball out for Tierney. He gets a first-time cross away. That's blocked by Kraft, who's come up struggling there just a bit. Not sure if he took that off the chest or the stomach, but might have been winded by that cross from Tierney. Take a look at it here. See, it's a first-time ball from Tierney. It kind of bounces off Kraft's arm, actually. I'm a little surprised he's struggling, but can still feel the impact even through the arm. And yeah, it looks like he is holding that stomach area, so probably just a little bit winded here is Kraft. Holding. Once again, holding. Over to David Luiz. This one gets rolled back to the Arsenal defense. They're still trying to work this through. Struggling to find the right avenues of attack at the moment. Xhaka. Tierney. Tierney will roll it back to David Luiz. I'll slide this over to Holding. Slow build-up from Arsenal, and in the end, it's a pretty disappointing pass that attempts to find its way to Saka. Now look at the work here from Callum Wilson. Dances through a couple of challenges, still on top of the ball. Finally, Partey puts in a challenge. The referee calls it back for a free kick. That was brilliant stuff from Callum Wilson. He was absolutely alone, surrounded by Arsenal players, and almost got away from them, but does draw a foul. That's great footwork as he gets around the challenge from Holding, around the challenge from Partey, and I believe it's called back for that second challenge from Partey. So free kick here towards the backside, looking for Carroll's head. He'll nod it on towards Almiron. Played back here. Carroll. He'll lob one into the box. Up go the heads. It's Holding winning the initial ball, and Lacazette will get the clearance done. Emil Smith-Rowe's come away with it. He's driving forward. Has Saka on his right. Finds Saka. Saka playing it back into the path of Smith-Rowe. He's taken down, and I think this one will be called back. It'll be an Arsenal free kick and maybe some extras here for the likes of, I believe this is Jamal Lewis. Take a look at the replay. It's actually Longstaff running this one down. Nope, it is Lewis who puts in the challenge. And yeah, it gets there very late, does Jamal Lewis. I think this is pretty poor from him. I think he will be a little fortunate here to escape a yellow card in that situation. It's his first foul of the match, but certainly was stopping a counterattack and wasn't the cleanest challenge I've seen. So here's Saka. Standing over it with Suarez. It'll be Suarez to deliver. Up go the heads. David Luiz gets a piece of it, and it bounces behind Aubameyang, who frustratedly remonstrates that he's a little unlucky there. Just ran too early. You can see his frustration as he knows if he held his run, that would have been an excellent opportunity for him. Xhaka. Tierney back to David Luiz. Over to Cedric. Suarez will look in behind. It's a good pass for Smith-Rowe, who drives towards the center, lays it off for Saka. This is good play from Arsenal. Here's Saka, right-footed cross, it spurts to, oh my word, Aubameyang hits the post. So unlucky are Arsenal to not be in the lead. A huge chance for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang at the back post, and just comes off the right-hand post as Darlow swings through this one and completely miscues his clearance. It goes out for a corner kick, but look at this play from Arsenal. Smith-Rowe finds Saka, good step over the ball there, picks out a decent cross. Darlow gets just a piece of it here. And I think that might be enough to disrupt Aubameyang, although it does look like he gets a good look at the ball there as it arrives at his left foot. Tries to put it back into that right-hand side of the net, but just barely hits the post and comes off the front end of that post, skimming out. Very unfortunate for Aubameyang and Arsenal. They do have a corner kick here. And it comes from Saka. Oh, that's a poor corner there from Saka. Easily cleared away by Shelvey. Smith Rowe. Partey. Tierney. Tierney lays it for David Luiz. Arsenal taking their time to rebuild the attack. Smith Rowe, good reading here by Shelvey. He pokes that one away and takes possession. Looks for the feet of Wilson, but that one a little bit behind Callum Wilson. He'll try to collect it, but can't quite do so. Arsenal come away with it. They'll heap pressure on the Newcastle once again. Yeah, I think Lewis was fortunate to escape a yellow card there. I think that probably was a yellow card offense. Here's Aubameyang on the near side, looping one into the box. Saka giving chase. He'll do very well, keep possession, but he's actually offsides. Actually, give me 1 second. I gotta go grab something. I forgot. Timing on that offside as play just resuming here as I get back in my chair. Long ball from Newcastle is controlled by Joelinton. He'll play a back heel off of Bukayo Saka. It'll be a throw in here on the far side to Newcastle. Longstaff standing over this one. This one thrown in towards Lewis, but that's poorly executed by Newcastle. It's Suarez who gets in the way. Allows that one to roll out for a goal kick. Excellent defending there. Sorry, I just left my phone in the living room and it wasn't charging, and I know it's really low. Here's Bernleno slinging this one forward. Good header down by Lacazette, has picked out Saka. Saka tries to cut it back against the grain here. Gets a half challenge from Joelinton, but his crossfield pass is intercepted by Almiron. Second ball won by Xhaka, though. Now it's Tierney. Back to Xhaka. Over to Partey. He's going to clip one in behind. That's a nice ball for Tierney. Trying to find some room. Here's Tierney. Gets a cross away. Good sliding challenge there by Kraft. Will knock that one out for a corner. Arsenal defenders coming up the pitch here, prepping for this corner kick at the back post. Aubameyang trying to give a signal over to Bukayo Saka as he sets up to take this one from the near side. Here it comes from Saka, going to go short to Smith Rowe. Top of the box is Tierney. He looks in behind for Saka, but it's Shelvey reading the game well once again. He saw that play from the very beginning and was in the perfect spot to intercept the intended pass for Saka. Now here is Saka. Xhaka back to Suarez. Comes out to Aubameyang, who is on the right-hand side at the moment. That one taken away by Newcastle. But right back is Granit Xhaka, who's looked pretty good here in the opening 20 minutes for Arsenal. Partey, Aubameyang, Suarez. His cross is deflected off the head of Joelinton, and Aubameyang will see it behind for another Arsenal corner. So here are Arsenal setting up once again. We'll see if they end up going short. This time they're piling in around the goalkeeper Darlow here, trying to create a bit of a traffic zone. Coop giving him a word here. He's not exactly happy with what's happening just around Carl Darlow. You can see this is very crowded here. I'm sure that Saka will be swinging this one right in towards the heads around Darlow. Here he comes. He's driven this one towards the backside. It's David Luiz heading back across. That header not super accurate, and it's chased Arsenal backwards. Tierney. Good pressure by Lewis. Forces him back. Partey. He's just going to wait for Arsenal to get back in their positions and swing it out to Smith Rowe. Saka. Partey. Partey clipping one out towards Smith Rowe. Picks him out well. First time ball into Saka. He cuts it back. And Partey goes for a strike there, but gets it horribly wrong and just loops that one into the second stanchion of the stands here. It's again decent build-up play from Arsenal. They move it from one side to the next. It goes out to the likes of Smith Rowe. His first time ball for Saka is laid off towards Thomas Partey, who decides to step forward, tries to curl one into the right-hand corner, but yeah, never even close with that effort. Darlow sending it long. One back by Arsenal. Away comes Smith Rowe. That's a poor pass towards Aubameyang. That one taken away by Newcastle. Darlow getting a clearance in. Partey. Saka. Suarez. Smith Rowe. Looking in behind for Saka. Saka doing well. Turns, gets a cross away, but Almiron's there to head that one outside the box. Xhaka winning the second ball, but heads it a little too far. Now Almiron trying to burst forward. He's gotten around the sliding challenge of Partey and continued his run here. Almiron 60 yards now, 70 yards. Slides it over to the far side. Carroll. Almiron. Striking this one. It's over the top of the bar. And a huge run from Almiron here starts within his own half. Look at the effort expended here. He bursts into space, gets to that ball before Partey can, continues on, slides it out to Andy Carroll. When Carroll can't find any room, he just nods it back to Almiron. It takes one touch, steadies himself, tries to shoot that one into the right-hand side of the net. It gets a little bit too far underneath it, and it sails high of the goal mouth. Now Jamal Lewis reading well. Intercepts a pass intended for Saka. Clearance here for Newcastle. David Luiz. Xhaka. Xhaka will lob one forward. Good combination play here. That one bounced off of Jamal Lewis's hand. There's no call from the referee. That was certainly a handball on Lewis, and it interrupted the play. Arsenal had a good combination going, but still might have a chance here through Tierney. Gets a cross away. That one goes behind for a corner kick. Very surprised the referee hasn't called this one. He's now going to go take a look at it, I think. I mean, look at this. This is a good play from Arsenal. You can see Smith Rowe is trying to play this one into the path of Lacazette, who's made a good run after leaving the ball initially to allow it to sail in towards Smith Rowe. This just clearly comes off of Lewis's hand in a bit of an unnatural position, and that's sort of the definition of a handball. Helps him control it too. Very surprised that one's been allowed to slide as Saka prepared to take the corner kick. Here it comes. Up go the heads. That one knotted down. It's just wide from Rob Holding. Huge chance for Rob Holding. A free header inside the 18-yard box. And just cannot direct that one goalwards. He had Darlow rooted to the spot. Not sure if we'll get a replay on this one. Was a pretty cut and dry corner to header. But it was certainly the chance of the match here. Well, really the second one for Arsenal. They had the earlier one with Aubameyang. It was probably even better. That one coming off the right-hand post. Now this one not quite hitting that post. Arsenal moving it forward once again after winning possession. Aubameyang. Partey. That's a great ball into the path of Smith Rowe. Takes it down first time. Driving into the Newcastle box. Smith Rowe laying it off for Aubameyang, who shoots. It's over the top of the bar. Another big chance for Arsenal here. This one not taken by Aubameyang. It does bounce up on him just a little bit, this layoff from Smith Rowe. But he can't keep the strike down, and it will not challenge Karl Darlow. There's Joelinton, rolling it back to Longstaff. All the way back to Lascelles as Newcastle trying to hold on to possession here. They need to lessen some of the pressure that Arsenal are heaping onto them at the moment. They've just done so here, moving this one up to Almiron. He steadies himself, looks for a cross into the box, headed away by Holding. Initially settled by Carroll, but taken off him by Smith Rowe. Now this clearance from Arsenal up the near side has evaded everyone. Will be picked up by Newcastle. They'll have to start from deep within their own end. Darlow, left-footed clearance is only as far as Xhaka. His first-time ball to Partey is good. He looks for Smith Rowe, who does a little bit of a dummy at the top of the box, but there's nobody running in behind him. It's an easy collection for Karl Darlow. Darlow now sending it long. Go the heads. The initial one won by Carroll. Now it's Wilson assessing his options. Tries to play for Almiron and ends up arriving at Shelby's feet. He gets a cross away. That one deflected by Arsenal. Comes to Carroll. Lays one. Longstaff. Lewis. Makes a cross, cuts it back. Now gets a right-footed cross away. That one's nowhere near the goal. It chases Andy Carroll all the way outside the 60-yard box. And Arsenal have one possession back. Xhaka. And he's been very unceremoniously tackled here by Almiron. I'm not exactly sure what that was. I think that'll certainly be a yellow card for Almiron after Arsenal complete this attacking play. Saka. Cross away here. Lacazette gets a poke on it, but it's not enough to direct it goalwards and doesn't get enough contact from Lascelles either to warrant a yellow card. So take a look at what happened here. No, we actually aren't going to be able to see it here, so we're just showing the cross towards Lacazette. His effort to get in front of Lascelles not rewarded. Darlow. Ball headed forward by Carroll. Still bouncing around, but settled by Arsenal. Lobbed out to the far side by Bernd Leno. Good work here by Suarez to keep that one away from Newcastle. Partey. Suarez. Saka. Partey. Saka. Suarez crossing this one. Up go the heads. That's an easy clearance there for, I believe believe that was Emil Kraft. Arsenal still with it, though. Saka, good entry pass into the feet of Smith Rowe. Still bouncing around the top of the box. It's Xhaka. Xhaka over to Smith Rowe. He lays one off. This crosses away. It comes back off the defender and is hoofed out by Shelby. Arsenal players will keep this one in play, though. Partey. Good ball out to the left-hand side. It's Tierney. Looking inside towards Lacazette. Lacazette holding off one challenge. Looks back for Aubameyang. Tierney crossing that one over the head of the on-rushing Smith Rowe. And it's going to be collected here or allowed to run out of play by Jamal Lewis. He will elect for the latter. Steve Bruce here in discussion on the sideline with his assistant. Probably not super thrilled with how this first half of the match has gone. Newcastle have been completely out of the match, have not had a chance as of yet, and some of the chances that Arsenal have gotten are of very high quality. Almiron. Good ball into Shelby. That is intercepted. Darlow sending this one long. Good header by Holding. Now it's Partey. Xhaka. Tierney. David Luiz. Holding. Suarez in behind towards Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe cuts back. Looks in field. That one deflects off of Joelinton. It'll be another throw in here for Arsenal. They've taken this one. Throwing it back to Holding. David Luiz has it now. Comes out to Xhaka. 33rd minute of play here. Partey moves it to Lacazette. Lacazette twisting and turning, trying to get away from Longstaff. He will get a foul called against Longstaff. It'll be a free kick to Arsenal. David Luiz. Xhaka. Flick on here from Aubameyang. It finds Lacazette, but unfairly because he has bundled over the likes of Jamal Lascelles. I think pretty much the only thing Steve Bruce will be happy with from his side is the fact that they have not conceded just yet. But again, Arsenal have had full control of this match. They don't look like stopping anytime soon. Darlow. Launching one. Saka goes up for the first ball but loses out. Fortunately, his teammates have his backs as Xhaka wins that one. Sprays it out for Aubameyang. Cuts inside. Tries to cut inside. Instead, he runs into the brick wall that is Kraft. I mean, Kraft doing very well to defend Aubameyang on this near side. Just running out of room on the off occasion here is Aubameyang. He's trying to get by Kraft. He has help on his left-hand side, so Kraft can just force him to the right and wait for his time to pounce, which he does very well. So here's Darlow. He's going to look long. Up goes Saka, loses out on the initial header, and it's collected by Almiron. Kraft. Jamal Lewis Trying to turn away from David Luiz. Sends it back to Kraft. He'll send it all the way back to Lascelles, who's under some pressure from Lacazette. Sends it back to Darlow. Shelby out to Lewis. Back to Clark. Longstaff. Kraft looks in field for, I believe that is Longstaff. He has it now, swings it back. Good spell of possession here for Newcastle. They haven't done a whole lot with it offensively, but will be a nice reprieve from the constant defending they've had to do in this match. Long ball towards Carroll is poked away by David Luiz, but the second one collected by John Joe Shelby. Darlow looks long over the top, easily headed down by David Luiz, collected by Arsenal. Arsenal with it on the far side, bouncing between Smith Rowe and Suarez. Smith Rowe sends it back to Holding. Holding over to Xhaka. Xhaka in the gap. Great ball here for Tierney. Steadies himself with his first touch. Dances around the challenge from Almiron with his second. Gets a right-footed cross away. It's too floaty. And that will allow the likes of Carl Darlow to come out, catch that one. Just 9 minutes remaining here in the first half. It has flown by as we have not had a lot of stoppages and have not had any stoppages for goals. Arsenal have won this one back. Suarez has sent it back to Xhaka. Comes over to David Luiz. Tierney. Finally Holding. Holding exchanges passes with Smith Rowe. Now looks over the top. This one will actually be an Arsenal throw here, as Saka's done well to win possession back. Smith Rowe. Holding. David Luiz. That's a tough pass there from Holding. He's looking in behind for the run of Smith Rowe. I applaud the effort, but just no space to play that ball into it. It was always going to be so difficult for Holding to get that ball right, and you can see it just rolls harmlessly out for a goal kick. Here comes Darlow. Whoops, I've dropped my phone. Sorry about that. Up goes Xhaka, wins the second header here. Knotted down by Holding, flung away by Suarez, but that's a poor clearance. It'll go basically straight out of play for a Newcastle throw. Jamal Lewis. Throws this in. It's bouncing around here. Joelinton battling for possession. Thomas Partey crowds him out. Now it's Partey playing out of pressure here over to Xhaka, who finds an open Tierney, excuse me. Bellerin not playing today. Much probably to the happiness of young Bullis. Joelinton. Clark. Lewis. Over the top. One back by Newcastle. It's come all the way back to the goalkeeper, Darlow. He's asking the Lewis and Clark expedition here for Newcastle out on the left-hand side to give him options. He doesn't get them, so he's forced to clear it away. Aubameyang. Driving here at Kraft. Gets a strike away. That one always going wide, and Darlow knew it. just slid in to make sure no Arsenal players were running on to that attempted shot from a Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. You can see here, finds a little bit of a gap here between the two defenders, Shelvey. You can see 1 goal in the last 9 appearances for Aubameyang. Missed a very good chance earlier on today to turn that stat in the right directions. 2 in 10 sounds a lot better than 1 in 9, especially if you can make it 2 or 3 by the end of the day. Leno's gone short. Leno over to David Luiz. Just 4 minutes remaining in regulation. I think we'll probably have a minute of stoppage time as well. And then we'll be wrapping up the first half. Neither of these teams have been able to break the deadlock, but Arsenal certainly have been the closer side as this one played in behind for Lacazette, who is offsides. Will be a free kick here to Newcastle. They've taken it short. Lacazette tries to charge down Jonjo Shelvey, but he does manage to find Almiron. Now Wilson. Now back to Almiron. Shelvey. Shelvey clipping one to the back post. Cross here from Carroll. There's nobody in the path of that ball. Comes all the way through over to Almiron. He'll put fakes a cross, puts it back to Kraft. Now sets himself. Looks for that cross, puts it in towards the back post. Up goes Carroll and Holding. Holding wins out. And Partey's clearance goes behind for a corner kick. Both players trying to plead their case that it's a corner or a goal kick, but in the end, it looks like corner kick has won out. See this ball come in from Almiron. Holding goes up for it first. Doesn't really get challenged by the likes of Andy Carroll. It does look to come off the leg of Thomas Partey. So huddling now are the Newcastle players with the set piece opportunity. Can Andy Carroll do it? Corner taken by Shelvey. Headed away at the near post by Lacazette. Poor corner there from Jonjo Shelvey. Never gave his defenders really a chance. Chance that they have so little opportunities of here today. Darlow looking long. Easy header down by Suarez. Picks out Pogba. Picks out Xhaka. Like thinking of Pogba for some reason. I don't know. That was like Freudian slip if I've ever heard one. David Luiz going in behind. Kraft will arrive at this one before Aubameyang. Flicks it forward. It's Almiron. Doing very well here is Almiron. Going to get around Tierney. But Tierney actually puts in what's adjudged to be a fair challenge. And now it's Saka battling for possession. Loses out. Newcastle come away with it. Joelinton crowded out by Arsenal shirts here. Smith Rowe. Ooh. That one does actually connect with Smith Rowe. Looked like it was going to be a poor pass initially. Aubameyang. Turning, clipping this one. And Karl Darlow had to be alert there as that ended up being a scary, scary moment for the Newcastle goalkeeper. Aubameyang spins here, tries to get a left-footed cross away. You can see the result as he turns back. Tries to hit this cross. It deflects off of, I believe that's Kraft. And oh man, that one deflection was nasty. Could have taken it into the Newcastle net. And Darlow had to be alert to tip that one out of danger and out for a corner kick. Minute remaining here. Arsenal have one of what is likely the last chances of the half here. It's Bukayo Saka from the near corner. Will be an outswinger. Here it comes from Saka. Swings it in. Gets over the first man. And a chance for David Luiz there, but he can't get his header right. That one sails into the empty bleachers. Does not go on target. This is a great ball from Saka. He just gets enough power on it to get it over the head of Shelvey. But you can see the run from David Luiz has just been disrupted enough. And that ball is just far enough behind him that he's off balance when he goes to head it. And that makes it too hard for him to direct it goalwards. Darlow. He'll send this one long. Good chest down here by Carroll. He'll turn it back. Looks like a foul's been called, I think. No, it is just half time, so no additional time at the end of the half, and we will go into the break. Honors even at 0-0. We'll be right back with thoughts on the half and second half coverage after these commercial messages. Okay, guys, thanks again for tuning in. I'm going to go make some coffee real quick. We'll talk about the first half, although it's a pretty drab half to talk about when I do get back. But thanks again for tuning in. Hope you're enjoying the cast at the moment. All right, guys, we are back. So let's talk briefly about that first half. Not the most thrilling first half of soccer I think anyone's ever seen. Not a lot going on as the teams are coming back out for the second half. So we'll give a brief summary, and I think fortunately there's not a whole lot to cover. Newcastle are being defensively sound. They're in a 4-4-2. They're looking to take advantage of set pieces. They're looking to take advantage of counters. But even the counterattacks that they've had, just have not been very convincing at all. They haven't had options going forward. Andy Carroll is not a speedster. He's not going to outrun anyone. Callum Wilson has some pace, but not enough to really bother, I would say, the likes of Arsenal's defense alone. This game's going to be on Arsenal to be solid on set pieces to stop Newcastle from scoring, because that's how Newcastle will score. And then it's going to be on Arsenal to play through Newcastle's 4-4-2. I think Arsenal have not been bad. They've had some decent attacking patterns. They've been composed in possession. They should have scored. Aubameyang should have put that one away. And it's a little unfortunate not to do so. But has been struggling to score as we are getting started here with the second half. I'll wrap up the thoughts here. But I would say, going to plan for Newcastle because they want really a 0-0 that they can hopefully get a steal in. I would say Arteta and Arsenal fans don't need to be too disappointed with the way your side played in that half. I think they were decent, but they could be better. And they just need to be a little more clinical with the chances that they are creating to get a win here today. But good in possession, I would say. And we'll get started with the second half casting here as Saka is running in behind Jamal Lewis, just inside the Newcastle box. The two battle here before a little bit of help from Joelinton steals this one away from Saka. Now here's Cedric Suarez cutting it back. Picks up Partey. Oh, that's good coffee, guys. That was a good blend today. Partey. Lacazette, good ball into the Newcastle box for Saka. He clips his cross. It's deflected. Lacazette gets there first. He'll strike it in. Great save by Carl Darlow. Getting a hand down low to the right-hand side to poke that one away. It was certainly goal-bound from Lacazette. And the first real challenge Darlow has had to face today, he is equal to it. Tierney trying to get around the challenge here of Kraft. That one will roll up for a goal kick. It doesn't look like a free kick has been called as Tierney did go to ground. It's good defending by Kraft. We'll take a look at this one again. It's a good ball initially in behind for Saka. His cross is deflected, but Lacazette gets there before Longstaff can. Longstaff doesn't really want to put in a challenge for fear of conceding a penalty. Lacazette takes a good first touch. He sets his sights. It's an excellent strike. It's certainly inside the frame of the goal and would have gone in had Carl Darlow not been so quick down to his right-hand side. That's a brilliant save there from Carl Darlow. And it is that man who will get us started again. His goal kick being headed forward by Granit Xhaka forces Lascelles into an awkward clearance, and free kick actually going to be called here on Lacazette for a slight push in the back. Slight push in the back is all it takes to bowl over someone who is running near full pace. Now it will be Darlow again standing over this one. He'll send it long. Carroll flicks this one on. Holding initially deflects the first pass, but finally a ball over the top towards Lewis. Well defended by Suarez, who knocks this one out for a throw-in. Here is Lewis. We'll toss this one in towards Joelinton. That one deflects off the top of Saka's head. Should be a corner kick here unless it took a touch off Joelinton. Nope, doesn't look like it did. Will be a corner kick here early in the half to Newcastle. We talked about it briefly at the end of that halftime break. This is what Newcastle are looking for. Keep your eyes on Andy Carroll and Joelinton here. As Callum Wilson probably will try and give him a screen. Here it comes from Shelvey's going to drive this one, but it's far too low. Easily handled at the near post by Lacazette. It is picked up by Jamal Lewis, but the chance is mostly gone as it's been chased all the way back into their own half now. Kraft. I'll launch one forward, looking for the run of, I believe that's Saren Clark, who stayed forward. But it's one back by Arsenal. Now Partey trying to spring in Aubameyang. There's a lot of room for him on the left-hand side here. Driving at Kraft. Inside the box on his left foot. He strikes it and he scores! Brilliant goal from Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. And that's more like it. If you are an Arsenal fan, this is what you want to see out of your main man. Aubameyang gives Arsenal the lead. And it's great work from Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. We've talked about it. He's been struggling to find the back of the net all season long after signing an extension with Arsenal early on this year. But this is what we've known him for so many seasons here with the Gunners. Gets some space in behind. It's a lovely ball from Thomas Partey. He drives at Kraft, cuts it onto his left foot, and that's just a beautiful strike into the roof of the net. I don't think there's anything Darlow can do about this one. Kraft just not tight enough. Yeah, it's just a great finish from Aubameyang. I think he confuses Darlow a little bit. Darlow thinking he's probably going to drag it back across. Instead goes up high towards the near post. It's a great finish. It's a great driving attack there from Aubameyang, and that will be a huge sigh of relief for him. He's scored once, in their last 9 appearances, and that will be a great feeling for him, for Mikel Arteta, for Arsenal, and for all of their fans watching. Maybe Aubameyang getting back into his groove today. Here's Lewis now. Newcastle trailing by 1-0. 51st minute of play. It's Joelinton picking it up. He's going to look in for the overlap of Lewis. Good defending by multiple Arsenal players. Takes possession back, and Suarez moves it on to Granit Xhaka. Now clipped out to the far side by Holding. Laid back by Aubameyang. That's a loose touch from him. It'll roll out for a throw into Newcastle. Clark. Now Lewis. Longstaff. Shelvey. Longstaff again, but Arsenal defensively defensively sound at the moment before Cedric Suarez is called for an obstruction here on Jamal Lewis as he tries to get the back end of a 1-2. So here's Shelvey now. He's going to swing one in. Up go the heads. This one is knocked forward by Jamal Lascelles, but an easy catch there for Bernd Leno. No power on that header from Lascelles. Now Arsenal were looking to break, but a little too slow. Realized Newcastle were in their defensive shape already. Instead, try to build it up slowly from the back, but Holding didn't get the memo. Sends this one long forward. Saka had already retreated, and that one will be turned over to Newcastle. Shelvey. Longstaff. Shelvey again. Rolls one back to Lascelles. Lascelles. He is bundled over here by Aubameyang. Going to be a free kick. Give me 1 second here. I keep seeing little hiccups in my broadcast. I'm not sure if I'm really synced up with what's happening, so I'm just going to give it a refresh here. Sorry about that. Just want to make sure I'm not too far behind. There's always some issues with delay and whatnot when we're doing this, but you know, I don't want to be delayed a minute, 2 minutes kind of thing. If it keeps hiccuping 10 seconds here, 10 seconds there, it just gets ugly. So we'll just refresh here. Hope that nothing exciting happens. And nope, looks like we're good. It's Arsenal in possession. It's David Luiz. We'll roll this one over to Holding. That's Saka who has this one poked away from him. Looks like it's actually come off of Saka last as the broadcast freezes up once again here. Saka's incredulous here as Lewis finally takes the ball away from him and will look to throw it in. Clark slings this one forward. Taken away by Holding. Now it's Lacazette looking infield. It's Smith Rowe steadying himself. Knocks it back to Xhaka. Xhaka tries to swing one out to the far side, but it's well read by Almiron, who intercepts. Now Tierney trying to track him down. Almiron holds up his run, looks for Andy Carroll, who's bowled over by David Luiz. A free kick to Newcastle. I think that's a pretty easy call for the referee there. David Luiz just leaving a little bit too much of his body into the back of Andy Carroll as he checks in for this ball from Almiron. It certainly is a hard ball to control there for Carroll, but you can see the contact come from Luiz. Shelby. Over to Longstaff. Back to Longstaff. Clipped forward. Carroll settling. Carroll on his left foot strikes it. It's just wide. Good effort here by Newcastle. Their best chance of the game falling to Andy Carroll. See this ball clipped in initially. Carroll settles it down. Wilson lays it for him. He gets a decent angle on this strike, trying to whip it back into that near post as his weight and momentum's carrying him away from goal. Gets good contact on it, but just can't drag it enough to get it back on target. It rolls wide. So Leno launching it long here. Good win over the top of Lacazette by Clark. But Arsenal quickest to the second ball. They'll settle it down and move it to Holding. Suarez. Partey. Good turn by Partey getting away from Longstaff. Xhaka. He's going to look over the top here for the run of Tierney. That ball is just going to roll too far. Will be a throw-in, so no goal kick available to Newcastle here, but does escape the attentions of Kieran Tierney. So here's Kraft with the throw-in. See where he's going to look with this one. Probably just straight up the line. I believe Andy Carroll will probably make an appearance here. There he is. Standing right on the back of Tierney. Does well. Flicks this one on, but Arsenal ready for it. It's David Luiz slinging it forward. Now Shelby puts a bit of a chunk into Lacazette's back and gets away with one. I thought that would certainly be a foul, but Arsenal have won possession back nevertheless. It's Tierney finding a little space against Kraft. Gets a cross away. Bouncing between two Arsenal players. Lacazette turning. Met by Joelinton. Joelinton gets a good challenge in, but still with Arsenal. Slung out to Suarez. First time crossed by Suarez is headed away by Clark. Defending in the end by Newcastle. So it looked like a dangerous situation initially, but they were able to scramble, do enough to disrupt Arsenal's efforts. Now here's Suarez. Throw this one in towards Saka, holding off a challenge from Lewis. Rolls it to Lacazette, gets it back. He's inside the box. He strikes it. It's blocked. And that's a huge intervention by Emil Kraft as that one slung over the top of the bar by Tierney. Huge chance here for Bukayo Saka, but Kraft gets over in time and able to deflect that one. This is excellent work by Saka. He holds off Lewis, gets the 1-2 from Lacazette, takes one touch to steady himself. He's right inside the 18-yard box. Gets a good strike away, and it's only the intervention of Kraft that prevents this from being a 2-0 scoreline in favor of the Gunners. Darlow getting it started again. He'll launch this one forward. Flicked on that time by Partey. And kept in play by Saka. It's good work there by Saka. Partey losing out on the header to Longstaff. Callum Wilson. Joelinton. Under pressure from three Arsenal players. It comes off of Saka last. Will be a throw into Newcastle, but love the swarming defenders from Arsenal there, recognizing the opportunity to try to win possession back. They have looked like a different team as of late than they were in the beginning of the season. Of course, came on a very nice run of 4 games straight in the Premier League. Finally ended by that 0-0 draw last weekend. But can't say that's an overall terrible result for them. Still undefeated in 5 and looking to be undefeated in 6 here are the Gunners. And looking very good for their money today at the moment. Still have 30 minutes to go in the second half, but certainly the better of the two sides in the first and came out lively at the beginning of the second half, getting that goal through Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Here's Joelinton. Shelby. Clips a nice ball out towards Kraft. Takes 2 touches to settle it. Crosses towards the back post, easily caught by Bernd Leno. That one far too close to the German stopper. He'll roll this one out for Partey. Aubameyang. Aubameyang to Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe driving past Lascelles. He gets space. He finds Saka, and Saka will score! Arsenal take a 2-0 lead in the 61st minute of play. It's brilliant stuff from the Gunners, and they are worth every penny of this lead at the moment. They have been excellent in this second half, and it's Smith Rowe combining with Saka once again for this one. The spark plugs that have started the resurgence for Arsenal do it again. They give Arsenal a 2-0 lead at home over Newcastle. And Steve Bruce will probably be furious with the way this one has been conceded. It's far too simple for the Gunners here. They trot up the far sideline. Aubameyang just rolls it over to Smith Rowe, who finds himself one-on-one with the center back. He turns him easily. Nobody picks up the trailing run of Saka here. You can see him coming in from like 20 yards away. Nobody finds him. Nobody picks him up. They try to disrupt the shot, but it's far too late. It's one of the easiest assists I think Smith Rowe could ever ask for. Saka in the right position, slides that one home. There's nothing Carl Darlow can do, and Arsenal get their deserved 2-goal lead here in the 61st minute, courtesy of Bukayo Saka. Yeah, and Mesut who indeed, Nolan, our young Bolus. That was excellent stuff from Smith Rowe. Found himself in a very advantageous position. You know, if you're an attacking mid out there, you find yourself one-on-one with the center back miraculously somehow, your eyes should light up, man. That's go time, unless that center back's like Virgil van Dijk or something. That's like pretty much it. But yeah, Smith Rowe getting Lascelles unbalanced very easily. I'm not sure, Nolan. Oh, well, like drafted? Well, yeah, obviously no one. I don't know if I would bet someone picked him up in our league. I'm not sure who has him. Yeah, I mean, did very well to unbalance Lascelles there. And it was, I mean, you know, he found the pass, but that was a gimme. I mean, you could see Saka coming from 20 yards and nobody picked him up. Smith Rowe had to be licking his lips as he got by Lascelles. He's just like, oh, Saka's just wide open. This is great. There's a strike here from Xhaka that's blocked away. He'll fling it out towards Aubameyang. That one read well by Kraft. I'm coming away with it are Newcastle. Claims here of a handball by Partey, but it's a good ball in behind for Callum Wilson from Almiron. Callum Wilson on his left foot here, taking a strike. It's blocked by Holding. Now Callum Wilson chased away from the goal by Holding. Done enough here, have the Arsenal defense. They've been pretty stout today, have not really found themselves bothered by Newcastle's attack, whether it's in the build-up or off of set plays, despite the presence of Andy Carroll. Now they've taken possession back once more. Partey, good ball into the feet of Lacazette. He's allowed to turn. He slides it over to Smith Rowe. That pass slowing the run of Smith Rowe down just a bit. So Arsenal will build it up again. Sorry, that was Xhaka. Smith Rowe was in advance of him. Might explain why it was held up a little bit. Partey. Smith Rowe. Partey again. Slides one into Smith Rowe. Back to Suarez. Partey. Arsenal just knocking it about at the moment. Newcastle can't get a foot in. Slung over the top here. Saka fighting for it, bouncing around. Lewis will lay it back, finally getting that one away from the Arsenal attacker. Granit Xhaka. Partey. Lacazette. Into the feet of Aubameyang. Smith Rowe. Xhaka. Good ball out to Suarez. Steadies himself. Gets the cross away. That one deflected though. Defending by Lewis. And now Carroll trying to hold up play but loses out to Partey. Xhaka. That one just escapes the attentions of Almiron. Now inside the box is Aubameyang, but a lot of shirts around him. Ball back to Tierney across the box. It's just a winch away from Lacazette there. Huge opportunity to make it 3-0, but the pass just a little overhit, and Lacazette can't get his toe on it to tap it in from point-blank range, but Arsenal still coming here. Suarez has found Saka. He clips one to the back post. Wide open. There's Lacazette. Great save by Darlow. And Arsenal are piling it on to Newcastle at the moment. Not a breath of relief. And Dia, thank you for the subscription. I believe you are the first one live. You are the man. Welcome to the booth with the very first live subscription that we have had here. So thank you so much. Wonderful to see that. And I hope that was a Twitch Prime. Doesn't say it was a Twitch Prime, but if it wasn't, thank you very much. Arsenal going to make their first change of the match here. It will be El Neni coming on for Thomas Partey, who has looked very good today, but did just come back from injury. So given the way the match is going, likely a... There it is, yeah. Slung in here, Smith Rowe headed away. Oh yeah, I should probably work on my subscription badges. I just didn't really expect anyone to be subscribing. I don't think I've updated those yet. That's a good reminder. Appreciate that, Dia. Here's Xhaka. Sorry, to finish my point, we were Thomas Partey substituted in the 66th minute. Has been very good today, but did just come back from injury. And given the way the match is going, Arteta likely subbing him off early to give him rest to make sure he doesn't re-injure anything. Of course, a lot of fixtures coming up for Arsenal. Partey is a critical part of their lineup, and so we'll just be rested here for Arteta. And I'm sure that will be the messaging to Partey. You know, most players never happy to be subbed off around the 60th minute mark or so, but I'm sure that will have been the communication from the manager as David Luiz's long ball here towards Tierney is intercepted, but Tierney does well to win it back, takes a 30-yard strike, doesn't quite catch that one the way he intended. That one will roll out for a goal kick as Newcastle preparing one of their first changes. Battle for possession here between Longstaff and Xhaka will go the way of Longstaff. Free kick called on Xhaka. I mean, you can still do it. I can edit the badge. I need to edit the badge. I think it would also be just a little weird to have like, I don't know if it'll be first every time or if it'll say first, second. So I'll take a look at editing the badges. I just haven't gotten around to it. I did the channel point stuff. I'll have to talk to my buddy Kyle too. Recently got affiliate. I think he edited his badges, so I'll talk to him about where he found them. But I can also look it up online. But I should definitely have a personal touch, something broadcasting related. I think would be pretty nice. But for now, you can enjoy the enjoy the first there, Dia. Arsenal pinging it about once again. Saka. Driving here. Saka, good ball out towards Aubameyang. Taking on Kraft. Kraft now gets some help and good defending this time by Kraft. Aubameyang will keep it in. Slung to the back post, but Darlow, rising highest, catches that one. I don't know if I can make custom badges. I can check, though. I'll let you know. That might be a partner thing. As Newcastle come forward here, cleared away by David Luiz. Oh, and here's some space for Smith Rowe. He's going to lay it out to Aubameyang. Aubameyang now driving forward, has Saka in support, looks in for Lacazette, finds Saka, strikes it, but he's leaning back, and that one sails high over the crossbar. But yeah, I know I can make the sub badge something different. I don't know if I can make it custom for each person right now. I think it might be generic, but I can check. I might be able to do it for VIPs. I might have a limited number, but I will double check. I haven't looked into that. So these are good reminders. I'm actually going to write these down right now because we'll have some time later this evening to look into this. Look into custom sub badges. And just updating sub badge. Also, by the way, guys, if you have any recommendations for stuff that I could do for my channel points, I know that Young Bullis has already used the channel points a couple of times. Let me know. There's always stuff, if you guys have good ideas, always willing to add new things and try to figure out the pricing for what those channel points would be. But the more fun content we can make here, the more ideas come from the community, the better it will be. No, I did not climb today, Young Bullis. I decided to go running with Connor earlier. Here's Tierney crossing one into the box. That one goes over the top of Lacazette, who falls over in the box, looking at the referee, but not going to get any sympathy from Coot. And now a foul called on Bukayo Saka against Miguel Almiron. It'll be a free kick to Newcastle. Yeah, I think that would violate some policy. I know I could probably do shirt on and off, but I will make that expensive because I don't really want my channel to be about that. We'll consider that one. That's the only thing, though. Wilson flicks one inside, but good reading here by Granit Xhaka. Yeah, that's definitely not allowed. Here's Saka driving forward. Smith Rowe has strayed offsides. Actually, he's been played onside, so you're going to look for the early ball, but Lascelles able to knock that one away. Smith Rowe frustrated with himself. You can see he knows he underhit that pass. He had a great opportunity to find Aubameyang at the back post. That's a great timed run by Smith Rowe. I thought he was offsides, but on the second look, it certainly is it certainly is onside. He has a great opportunity to cross that one, but just can't get the power on the cross. So here's Lewis. He'll throw this one in towards Joelinton. But Arsenal win it back very quickly, continuing their domination of this match. It's El Neni bringing it forward. Back to El Neni. Xhaka. Now over to Holding. Suarez. Looks to David Luiz. El Neni. Yeah, don't worry. I will not be considering that one. Holding. Good combination from Arsenal through the midfield here. It's come out to Saka. It gets closed down by 3 Newcastle players, but able to get it off his feet, and Arsenal maintained possession. They are pinging it about right now, and Newcastle at this point almost look defeated. They seem disinterested in even trying to take it away from Arsenal. Suarez will give it back to them with a poorly placed long pass here. But as the minutes tick on here, 15 remaining in the match, Newcastle looks less and less like challenging Arsenal in this one. Lewis. This one comes off of Saka as he tries to clear it. And my broadcast hiccups again here. Lovely. Longstaff flicks it on to Joelinton, who's able to turn. He'll go out to Almiron. Longstaff. Lewis. Darlow. Back out to Lewis. It's David Luiz winning possession back here with the help of Smith Rowe. El Neni. David Luiz. Granit Xhaka going to switch play here towards Suarez. Picks him out well. Suarez nods it down for Smith Rowe. Saka gets it back here. He's trying to drive forward, but just gets it taken off of him. This one by Ciaran Clark. His clearance only as far as Suarez. Now Saka plays Suarez in behind. Inside the box is Suarez. He crosses it. It's in the goal, but it might have just rolled out of play. We'll see here. It has stayed in, I believe, and it will be Aubameyang's second goal. Arsenal take a 3-0 lead, and they are running riot over Newcastle at home today. This is beautiful stuff from Arsenal up the near touchline here. We'll take a look at the replay. Oh, it just stays in. It does. I think this is going to stand even on the VAR review. It's the hold the ball, the whole line. You can see there's just a sliver of it that stays on the line there. I do think this will hold up upon review, and it will be Aubameyang's second goal of the day. A tap-in on this one provided by Cedric Suarez. We'll wait for the review to be official here, but it was brilliant play from Arsenal again on the near side. Great combination between Smith Rowe and Saka. Suarez plays him in behind. It's initially won back by Clark. His clearance doesn't come far enough though. And then this is just great from Saka. He turns, flicks it in behind Clark. Suarez does very, very well to keep this ball barely in play. By inches he keeps this in play. But he does so. He picks out the perfect cross to Aubameyang, who's standing completely unmarked just outside the 6-yard box. It's an empty net for him to tap into. And Arsenal having an amazing day here. Their main man has 2 goals on the board. They're 3-0 up, and they'll be running away with all 3 points. Beautiful afternoon here at the Emirates. And this is more like it from Arsenal. Again, after a bit of a shaky game last week, interrupting their 4-match winning run. There might have been some fears from Arsenal fans that maybe the magic was running out and they just returned to being solid but unexceptional, but they have come out flying here today. They have been absolutely excellent, have dominated this match really from start to finish, and particularly in this second half have absolutely exploded against this Newcastle side. Cross here, easily collected by Bernd Leno as we see Jeff Hendrick subs on here. Not exactly sure who he came on for. There was also a substitute of Jacob Murphy, I believe. Yeah, Andy Carroll's been substituted for Jacob Murphy. It looks like Longstaff has just come off for Hendrick. couple changes made here for Newcastle. I think they're going to be a little bit too late. So there are only 11 minutes remaining in this one. And once again, Newcastle have never looked like scoring against Arsenal today. They have been second best from the off. They will likely be slumping to a resounding defeat here at the Emirates against this resurgent Arsenal side who will rise further up the table. We'll take a look just how high came into the day in 11th, and with this 3-0 victory, they will climb into 10th above Aston Villa on 27 points. Do keep in mind that Villa have literally 4 games in hand after today, so it's unlikely that will remain the case, but will be right around the middle of the table, will Arsenal after today. Oh, yes, they did say Cedric was starting over a healthy Bellerin. He has started today, and he's looked pretty good. I think he might have had an injury. I'm not sure how bad it was, as a cross here from Tierney, easily handled by Darlow. But, yeah, I think there's no denying that Cedric has looked fairly effective today. I'm not sure if Newcastle have been really bad, but I think Arsenal have been very good. So could be a very positive sign. I think we are both in agreement that as well as if you, I don't know if you, Young Bullis, if you watched Tifo Tactics' sensible transfers for Arsenal recently, but right back was one of the areas they targeted. So I think there's a lot of agreement that Arsenal could use some upgrading at that position. Saka battling it out with Lascelles, who kind of hauls him to the ground here. It's a bit poor there from Jamal Lewis, who I really think should get a booking here. He was lucky to escape a booking early on in the first half, and even though the match is gone now, there's no reason to not give him a caution here as he wrestles Bukayo Saka to the ground. And now another change coming in for Arsenal. Emile Smith-Rowe, who's had an excellent afternoon once again, will be withdrawn for Gabriel Martinelli. Smith-Rowe going to get all the plaudits here, gets a fist bump from the manager, from the staff as he completes his afternoon. An assist to his name once again for that second one. The finish provided by Bukayo Saka. David Luiz plays this off of Jacob Murphy for an Arsenal throw. Forgot to mention that Arsenal also subbed on Willian for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, so didn't allow him to chase the hat trick, but they are finished with their substitutions. Still one remaining here for Newcastle. That one just kept in play by Tierney. Referee in a great spot there, the AR, to decide whether that had crossed the line, and was pretty firm in its decision that it had not. It's a throw in here on the far side for Newcastle. So they continue to run out of time. 8 minutes remaining in this one, but again, can't see any way for Newcastle to climb back into this match. Best they can hope for is to steal the clean sheet away from Bernd Leno in the Arsenal defense, and they'll look to do that here as Joelinton picks up possession. Turns, finds Shelvey. Rolls this back out. Now it's Lewis. Lewis going to look back for Clark. Comes back out to Lewis. Hendrick. Clark. Bouncing around here midfield. Arsenal initially win it back, but Hendrick is there to pick up the scraps, and it's Newcastle coming forward through Shelvey. Now Kraft. Shelvey. He'll clip one over the top towards Hendrick, but easily read here by Elneny. He's just going to shield that one away. It's a goal kick to Arsenal as the clock continues to run here. 7 minutes remaining in regulation. And that man will be thrilled today. Mikel Arteta on the sideline again. Just a few weeks ago, under so much pressure, Arsenal slumping into 15th place. The performances, the results were all poor. And now a completely different outlook as this Arsenal team continues to excel in their recent performances. Will be 6 on the trot here, unbeaten for the Gunners. They continue their journey back up the Premier League table. Certainly will be no doubt that there still are areas of the squad to improve. May not happen here in January for Arsenal, but you can see the signs of life and the positive growth as they get young players on the pitch like Smith Rowe and Saka, and they continue to excel. And now Suarez coming forward again. It's Lacazette who's upended at the top of the box. A free kick going to be given here to Arsenal. And it will be a chance for 4 in the 85th minute here. Poor challenge from Lascelles. Not sure if he'll get a booking for this one. See another good run from Suarez. He takes a bit of a long first touch, but it actually ends up working out for Lacazette. He gets there before this challenge from his compatriot Lascelles. It's a clumsy one. And will be a free kick to Arsenal. Doesn't look like Lascelles has gotten a booking. I think a bit of a slaughter rule here. For context, a slaughter rule is some BS term I came up with for when you're losing to a team really badly. Typically, the referees start to take some sympathy on you and they don't call things as harshly as they should, regardless of whether they should or not. You know, penalties, a little bit of playful interplay between Willian and Lacazette here. But, penalties, fouls, yellow cards, etc. Typically, they'll just kind of stop calling things very tight on the team that's losing because they know it doesn't matter. I call it the slaughter rule. So here's Willian standing over it. Again, Willian has struggled since opening day against Fulham, but he'll have a chance here. Steps up, strikes this one. It's off the wall. We'll swing out to Tierney. We'll just let it roll out of play for a throw-in. Willian. Back to David Luiz. He swings a tough pass out to Suarez, who just keeps it in play with his head. It'll roll back to Leno, who can just pick it up. It is a header there. Good awareness by Bernd Leno. He'll eat some more time off the clock before looking long on this one. There's Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, all smiles here today. 2 goals in the bag for him, and what a relief that will be, as it has been a struggle of a season for Arsenal's main man. And if they can get him back in form as well, the sky could be the limit for this side. Gabriel Martinelli's upended by Lascelles here. Yeah, a bit of a rough treatment there by Jamal Lascelles, who again I am surprised is not in the book. Now the final change will be made for Newcastle. Almiron will be sacrificed, and Anderson will come on for these last 3 minutes or so. Probably looking at about 2 minutes of stoppage time here. All 6 substitutes have been made. It'll be 2 or 3 would be my guess, but considering the score line, I think it might be on the lower end of what's possible as Lacazette flicks one back towards Saka. It's good defending by Lewis to poke it away. But eventually Arsenal do win possession back. It's Tierney. Good interplay here. Willian looking in behind for Tierney. Good read by Kraft. His sliding challenge is a little bit out of control, and he can't keep that one out for a throw-in. Instead, it will roll out for a corner kick. Willian going to run over to the corner to take this one. It will be from the far side, so it will be an in-swinging corner from the Brazilian. Saka standing here for a short one potentially, but it will be swung in by Willian. Up goes the head of David Luiz and can't get that one down. You can see the frustration from David Luiz. That was another good chance for him off of a set piece to at least put it on target. It's a good whip on this free kick by Willian. Yeah, David Luiz gets a free chance at this one, and he just mistimes his header. It comes off his shoulder, goes straight up in the air. That's a disappointing effort from the center back. Here's El Neni. Suarez, Saka. Gets it back to Suarez. Xhaka. Swung out to the far side for Tierney. Martinelli. Martinelli again. Willian, under pressure from Shelby. Just knock it back to Tierney. Cuts inside the challenge of Murphy. Good pass from El Neni into Xhaka. Gets it back, drives forward. Tierney, Willian, minute remaining in regulation. So Willian gets bundled over here. Free kick going to be called against Jacob Murphy. And Arsenal will be able to eat more of the clock. Looking for a short free kick, but instead just going to put his foot on it. Will Kieran Tierney. It's David Luiz. He's going to look over the top. It's a nice ball for Willian, who stayed out on this far touchline. Controls it up against Kraft. Oh, and he might be offsides here. I'm not sure if it was offside or it was a handball, but nevertheless, it will be a free kick to Newcastle. So we are just about to tick over the end of regulation. Let's see what the stoppage time is. It will be 3 minutes of stoppage time at the end of regulation. Joelinton knocks this one down from Murphy. He kind of gets cleaned out by Xhaka, but it will be a throw-in for Newcastle. Excuse me. Good work here by Joelinton, battling through 3 red shirts. Now inside the box is Anderson. Comes out to Kraft, crossed in, but that's deflected by Tierney. More good defending from Arsenal. Kraft looking for a long throw here, I believe. He will haul this one into the box. Up go the heads. It's initially Tierney, and then, a completely miscued clearance here by Martinelli. This may go out for a corner. Actually comes off Joelinton, and that about sums up Newcastle's day. Cannot catch a break. That one comes off the foot of Joelinton as it falls to the ground and will go out for a goal kick instead. Now here's Leno. Minute remaining in the match here. Arsenal will just be looking to seal the deal here. Get a nice shutout for Bernd Leno and the defense. Xhaka clips this one forward, but slung away by the Newcastle defense. Now bouncing around multiple players before finally Wilson tries to settle it. But look at El Neni there once again. Pokes it away from Callum Wilson. It's rolled all the way back to Leno. He'll move it over to David Luiz. El Neni turns, very composed. Once again, our Arsenal, they have been excellent in possession all day today, just passing through any pressure provided by Newcastle. Now Tierney up the far sideline, chased by Murphy. He'll go back to Willian. Saka looks inside for Tierney, forced to turn back, gets a cross away. That header from Martinelli goes straight up in the air. It'll go out for a goal kick, and that will likely do it for this match. 10 seconds remaining. I think by the time Darlow gets us started, the referee, David Coote, will bring this one to a halt. Wait and see here. No indication yet from the referee, but that is it. Arsenal run out of home today. 3-0 winners over Newcastle, and another excellent performance from the Gunners. They continue their resurgence up the Premier League table. And what a day for everyone involved with Arsenal. It will be all smiles from them, and they can look forward to their match next weekend to continue their run. They now sit 10th in the Premier League table on 27 points. Newcastle will slump further down the standings. They sit in 15th on 19 points, but another excellent day here for the Gunners and their fans. And it ends Arsenal 3, Newcastle 0. All right, guys, thanks again so much for tuning in. That was a very exciting second half, and really thrilled to have our first subscription live of the channel. Do want to give a shout out to my man Schmidt, who was the first subscriber to our channel, but just did it off stream, so didn't get the Pikachu sub emote or the list there in the top right. So do want to give him a shout out. But SSB Mix, welcome. You are the first subscription we have live. Love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. I'm not going to go over match ratings, because what I'm actually going to do from now on in the future is I might give a brief match summary, but to work on some of my broadcasting and journalism for the future, I'm going to start actually writing some match reports. So if you do not follow me on Twitter, you can find my handle. It should be the same as the handle I have on Twitch, THEDEE_JAY, the DeeJay. You can find me there on Twitter. Follow me. Say hello. But I will be putting out a match report onto Twitter today for this one, and I will try to do so for every match that I cast in the future, and start to establish some track record of marking down these matches. So do want to say thank you again. Enjoy the rest of your MLK Dr. Martin Luther King holiday today. Hope you are all happy, healthy, and safe, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.